The songwriter said, "O sacred head, now wounded with grief and shame weighed down, how art thou pale with anguish, with sore abuse and scorn." He was blindfolded, he was spat upon. They placed a crown of thorns on his head. They placed a purple robe on him. They struck him and asked him, "Who hit you?" Because he was blindfolded. They plucked the beard from his face. He was beaten at least 3 times by 3 sets of soldiers. And remember, he was up all night, going through some sham of a judicial trial. There he was, no rest, nothing to eat, nothing to drink. Let's listen and even gaze with the eyes of our minds upon that cross. Can you see the very dying form of one who suffered there for you? Does your heart confess the wonders of redeeming love and your unworthiness? He did it. He took it. It was all for you. It was all for me.
O sacred head now wounded, with grief and shame weighed down. Now scornfully surrounded, with thorns thine only crown.
How art thou pale with anguish, with sore abuse and scorn.
How does that visage languish, which once was bright as morn?
Upon the cross of Jesus, mine eye at times can see the very dying form of one who suffered there for me. And from my stricken heart with tears to wonders I confess.
The wonders of redeeming love
And my unworthiness.
John tells us that Pilate took Jesus and scourged him. Medical journals tell us that Jesus was the only person that was scourged and crucified. When someone is scourged, they were first stripped so that their flesh will be exposed. Their hands were tied over their heads to a scourging post, and their wrists shackled to restrain their bodies from moving. This way there'd be no wriggling or dodging of the lashes that would come. The mere anticipation of the first lash to come would cause the victim's body to grow rigid, the muscles to knot in his stomach, the color to drain from his face as he waited for that first sadistic blow that would tear his body apart. Two soldiers would lash the victim, one on either side. And with each lash, the glass and metals that were attached to the whip will attach to the body, and the soldier will jerk hard, pulling the whip with the flesh pieces from the victim's body. The face, the back, the legs, the upper chest will soon be so disfigured by the lashes, which is why Isaiah said we scarcely knew he was a man. The victim will begin to experience a profuse loss of blood. He did it. He took it for you and for me. The songwriter asked, "Were you there when they crucified my Lord?" I ask, would you have wanted to be there when Jesus was crucified? John says, standing near the cross were 5 people. Jesus, his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene, and John. We call it Good Friday, but for those who were there, I presume it was anything but good. Betrayal, denial, abandonment, miscarriage of justice, torture, execution, even death. There was nothing good about that day at first glance. Jesus is dying on the cross, and there were only 5 people there to support him. The Jesus who did many miracles, fed thousands, is now dying, and only 5 persons are present at his death. Where is everyone? Where are the thousands he fed? Where are those who received the miracles? Where is the woman with the issue of blood? Where are the other disciples? Did fear keep them away? Or maybe standing near to a cross is hard. Maybe watching someone you love die is the most difficult thing to do. Maybe facing a situation that you cannot change, or a situation that is not changing, is the most difficult thing to do. You could not have been there for Jesus, but you could be there for someone who is hanging on a cross of COVID-19, a cross of rejection, a cross of loneliness, Somebody's hanging on a cross of loss of faith, a cross of family problems, a cross of divorce, a cross of financial issues. We can't avoid crosses. And every day someone gets on a cross. Every day we get to stand, if we choose, and support someone who is on a cross. What about COVID? What about it? We may have to be physically distant, but never disconnected. So I wonder, how did Mary do it? How did she stand there and watch her son die? I probably never know how she did it. But we know who helped her through it. We know that her God gave her strength to face what she's facing. Would you have wanted to be there? Would you have wanted to see that from his head, his hands, his feet, sorrow and love flowed mingling down? If you were there, would you have declared that love so amazing, love so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all? He did it. He did it all for me and for you.